Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Olafemi, here to share a word of inspiration to assist you on your path to self-mastery and self-realization. Everything that I talk about rests on the foundation of self-realization. I see as the truth is that we are here to know the fullness of who and what we are, to fully realize that self-realization. And we also come here to master ourselves. We have gifts, we have talents that we were born with. Are you using your gifts and talents? If not, you need to get busy. Even if all you do is use your gifts and talents to edify yourself, that's a win. It's better than not using them at all. There are also lessons that we come here to learn. Sometimes the lessons are hard. But guess what? When you learn the lesson, you can teach it and maybe help someone else not have to learn the hard way. So self-realization and self-mastery, that's why we're here, and that's why I share these videos. We live in a busy world. We live in a world that sometimes can be very, very confusing. We live in a world that just keeps us on the go, and we never stop to even figure anything out about who and what we are. And so I feel like if I share what I know with the world, then maybe it'll help someone in their day. So this week the energy speaking is Heru, positive, Wychet, negative. The oracle that I use is the Metu Netta oracle along with my own inner oracle. And so Heru is also the name for Horus. If you're into archangels, that would be the Archangel Michael. This is the energy of the sun. This is Shango in Ifa. It's a masculine, hot, fiery energy. It's a warrior spirit. It is also an energy that has to do with leadership. So this week is all about leadership. We're almost to the full moon. And so there's still a little bit of work that can be done if you're living according to the moon cycles. If you're not, then I encourage you to learn about the moon cycles and plan your life using the phases of the moon. It is a very beneficial way to live. When we're in the waxing moon phase, that means that we're in action mode. And this is a good time to have the energy of Heru working with us. Because Heru is all about action, leadership, take charge, get it done. Heru says this week, don't make any excuses. Don't cry like a baby. Don't say, oh, it's someone else's fault for why I didn't get done what I need to get done. Heru says take responsibility for your life. You have to accept that you are 100% in charge of your life. And this is why I tell people self-realization is so important. Because when you know the truth, let's talk about what is the truth. The truth is universal law. It's what we operate according to. The truth is in effect no matter who you are. You can't get away from the truth. It's a little bit different from facts. A lot of times when they say tell the truth, you want to know what happened. But everyone's perception of what happened literally can be different depending on the position that they were standing in when a particular event unfolds. Truth is in effect no matter what your position is, no matter how you're seeing it, that is truth. And the best thing to do is to study the universal laws. When you understand the laws of the universe and apply them, then you know, here's the truth for you. You are responsible for your life because you create your reality through your thoughts and your actions. There is nothing that's just randomly happening in your life. A lot of us believe that. A lot of us don't even really think about how does whatever happen. We just react to it. But be a spiritual scientist. Test out what I am telling you. See if you think a positive thought with a lot of intensity and passion and certainty. See if it happens. Whatever that is, see if it happens. On the reverse side, you think something negatively long enough, it will happen with a lot of passion. It will happen. Whatever you see happening in your life is a result of what you have thought. And the disturbing thing is, if you don't like how your life is looking, you start thinking, wait a minute, why would I create this horrible thing in my life? Well, the good news is when you accept that you are the creator of your reality, that whatever you create, if you don't like it, you can create something new. And so that is why we say, don't scapegoat on anyone. If you don't like what's in your life, you have to make different choices. And that's what Heru is saying. This week is a week for you to live according to choice. You have to live choice by choice, step by step. It's a choice. If you feel like someone is making you do something, then you say, you know what? I'm caving into this person's pressure to do this by choice. I am choosing to give up my power. I am making a choice to do something that I know I shouldn't do. I'm making a choice. Another thing about Heru is Heru says you can't be fearful. What I'm beginning to learn the older I get is that sometimes you have to just think, well, whatever can happen to me can't be any worse than what I have. You know, you can't accept mediocrity. You can't accept what's not good for you. Sometimes you have to make a choice that's so scary, but the crazy thing about it is once you start making these scary choices and you realize you're going to live, you're going to make it, that you're not going to be stuck, then what will happen is you won't hesitate the next time you have to make a choice where you feel fearful. You have to be courageous and make the tough choices. This week we are not going to be weak, okay? We're going to be strong. So let's talk about willpower. This is something that I would venture to say a lot of us struggle with. Right here. I struggle with willpower. And we struggle with it because we don't really know what it is. What I would like to encourage everyone to do is to have a part of your day where you spend getting to know the truth of who and what you are. You want to spend the day learning spiritual truths. You want to spend the day or a part of your day engaged in spiritual rituals. Whatever it is, I don't like to tell people what to do because for me, dancing is a spiritual ritual. If I couldn't dance, I probably would be depressed every day of my life. You know, so it doesn't necessarily have to be woo woo wah wah or anything like that. But I encourage everyone to spend time engaged in a spiritual practice every day. You have to do that because then it'll start giving you courage to be strong in your spirit. That's the thing that just really gets me. We're going to eat food. We may even exercise. We spend a lot of time doing a whole lot of stuff that's not really beneficial to life. But we don't spend a whole lot of time building the spirit within. And then we want to cry. I'm talking about myself, okay? I'm not just... I know this well because I have lived it or I live it. And then we want to cry about what we see or don't see in our life. We want to cry about the problems that arise. Okay, so we have to learn how to be, when we start looking at willpower, the first thing we have to do is we have to do the work to have good character and to be strong in our spirit. Because what we have to do once we start getting to the point where we want to live in a more conscious, focused, and directed way is we have to understand that whatever we are thinking, we have to be disciplined in our thinking. That's something. How many of us have mental exercises that we do? Something that I do is I'll try to do puzzles. I'll try to solve riddles. I mean, it don't have to be anything serious, okay? But what we have to do is we have to get disciplined in our thoughts so we can figure out, okay, what am I thinking? We are, going back to self-realization, we are consciousness. We are energy. And that energy, imagine it to be a garden. And our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions are the seeds that we are planting in our garden. So all we have to do is look at our lives and say, what do I see? It lets me know what I'm planting in my garden. Okay? What do you see in your life? It lets you know what you are planting in your garden. And so then we have to be more intentional about what we're planting in our garden. First and foremost, you have to know where you want to go. Begin with the end in mind. Most of us, we don't even have a beginning in mind. But we have to begin with the end in mind, because the end is what we chase. The end and the importance of it is what makes us say, I am going to make changes in my life. I'm going to do what it takes. Whenever I see a weed pop up in my mental garden, my spiritual garden, my emotional garden, I will pull that weed and get it out of there. So we want to make sure that we are very intentional about the seeds that we plant there. You think about the goal that you want, and then every day, every seed that you plant, it through thought and emotion, that is what will make you start moving in the direction. You'll just naturally start taking steps in the right direction of where you want to go. But you do have to be disciplined in your thoughts so that you can pay attention to when you say, for instance, I'm just going to think of something really mundane. I want a new car. Okay. So the number one thing is you don't say I want a new car. Okay. That might be what you feel like you want. That's fine. But what you want to do is you want to say, I have a new car. I mean, this car is amazing. And then you start talking about the car, you know, it's fuel efficient. I'm talking about my stuff, okay? I really don't want a new car, but just this, if I wanted one, this is what I would say. A fuel efficient car, good on the environment, maybe even a car that is part electric and is big enough for my big growing boys to fit in. Blue, and just, you know, just a really nice car, very practical. I'm very practical in how I want it. So that's what I'd say first. That's my car. I love my car. I mean, and then I think about that car as if I already have it. The language that you use is very important. And so you can look at this as a journey. You don't have to be perfect the first time. If it doesn't work, then you have to go back and look at what happened. What didn't work? What am I not doing right? Okay, so I have a new car. And then you have to be careful of this, because this is the weed that pops up in your mind, and sometimes you don't even know it shows up. Dang, why would I get a new car? I don't even have enough money. I don't even see where the money's coming from. Man. And that just negated, I have a new car. So we have to be careful of that kind of thing. So that's why I say you have to be mentally disciplined. You have to have that time in the morning where you can focus, get yourself together, do things that are going to nourish your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions, so that you're healthy. And then when those kinds of thoughts pop up, or those kinds of thoughts are less likely to pop up. So willpower is very important in understanding or trying to achieve what you desire in your life. You got to move past the fear to even get there. And then when you get there, you have to make sure that you choose to create and feel and think about and expect and open yourself to receive that which you desire. Okay? And so what ends up happening is your responsibility is to be the person that's planting, or be the part of the equation where you plant the seed and you operate from certainty that you're going to receive what you're desiring. And then the energies of the universe will make it manifest. But you have to choose to follow the footsteps that are put in front of you, because a lot of what we say we want, we don't really want to do the work to get it. Many of us are lazy. This is a week. Don't be lazy this week. Okay? You can use this wisdom forever, actually. Don't be lazy, period. If you say you want something in your life, show that you want it by taking some action. That's why I said Haru is a leader. Haru is all about action and getting things done and taking charge. Haru is a leader in the sense that, or to the extent that he will say, I will do whatever it takes, and whatever happened, that if there are any problems that come up, I take responsibility for the problems. Haru never scapegoats on anything or anybody. So you just have to avoid just having pity parties. This is not a week for pity parties. Just as much as we desire change, there's some things that some of us who, said, I want more of this in my life, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be stuff. It could just be, I want more love, more peace. This week with Wachet speaking, Wachet is all about, especially as we start getting closer to the summer, what is it? Solstice. As we get closer to the summer solstice, the hot, fiery energy is going to get more and more intense. I mean, it just gets so wild and crazy, but it's like fun, right? And so what we have to do is to make sure that we don't get just blown with the wind. Just any and everything that's going this week, you have to say you're going to stay focused. That if you say you're going to do something, you have to be so focused and so intentional about it. Because if not, there's like this subtle energy that is happening this week that you'll say you're going to do one thing and you'll find yourself do the exact opposite of it. It is an unspoken type energy. It is very subtle. If you're not watching it, it'll just get you just like that in a flash. So what's very important this week is yoga and breathing, things that keep you centered, but you also want to make sure that you are keeping your energetic body clear. You want to keep your energetic body clear. You want to make sure you're not hanging out with negative people that are doing things that you're like, I want no part of that, because you'll find yourself caught up in doing the exact same thing. Okay, it could just be something like gossip. I do my best to not gossip. Gossip actually is not real interesting to me, but if I'm not careful, I'll find myself listening to someone gossip. And I'm a very talkative person, so it's easy for me just to jump on that thing. Okay, it's real subtle. And next thing I know, I have wasted an hour talking about something I don't even care about. And whatever I was going to do is not getting done. It could be something simple like that, okay? You just need to make sure that you're only engaged in activities that are of the vibration that you want to be a part of this week. If not, you're going to find that you're not going to get anything done. And that you're going to be picking up on a whole bunch of stuff that you don't even want. Or maybe you're the one that's passing it along to everybody. You're passing on the negativity. You're passing on things that are low and base in thought and energy. Okay, if you are the one that's passing it on, you have an opportunity this week to see it and say, I'm not going there. Okay, choose it. Choose your behavior, your patterns, all that you're doing. Make that choice is what Haru is saying. But, if you allow the Wachet energy to work with you in a positive manner, you're going to find that you have a lot of flashes of insight and wisdom. that will come through. But you have to be aware enough to see them and operate on them. Operate on what you see. And just know that this is a week where it'll be easy to know things where no one's saying anything. It's a very psychic time, but you know, you don't want to be picking up on all the psychic energies. So you just really need to be aware. Walk aware. That's a key to self-mastery, awareness. Okay, if you walk into a room, you were feeling positive, and then all of a sudden you're feeling like crap, you have to say, whoa, 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 whoa. Is someone else in the room? Is there some negative energy that was left here that I'm picking up on? That's real, okay? So, I guess that's it. And the summer solstice is coming up, so it's just a good time for you if you set some intentions at the beginning of the year, at spring equinox. This is a time for you to work on it. Okay? Why do we start these intentions and then forget them? When was the last time you visited or revisited your New Year's resolutions, your spring planting intentions? When was the last time you did that? If you haven't done it since you wrote them down, then you are in violation. Not really. But you really do need to go and look at what you said you want to manifest. Now is the time to do it. The energy of the universe is increasing, increasing, increasing. And so what we desire, we don't want to wait until the fall to get it. We don't want to wait until to start working on it. We might get it in the fall. But, you know, you got to work on that thing. Stop giving up on yourself. Okay? Okay, so I think that's what I have for you for this week. I'm also doing summer solstice readings. I might just make them the summer season readings, just because I'm not going to be available for a little while. But if you do want a summer solstice reading, now's the time to ask me for one. Okay? Because after June 15th, I won't be doing too much work for about 2 weeks. So please, if you want it by the summer solstice, you got to get me the request by like the 12th or so. Anyway, thank you all for taking time to watch this video. I hope, really, really, really hope that you have received something that will assist you on your way. Just know we have the Great Mother Celebration coming up in Lexington with the Institute of Whole Life. It is September 19th through the 21st. You can go to ManyPaths, the number 1, truth.org, and I'll put it in the comment box. If you're interested in coming, we would love to have you join us. It's a great celebration. And again, thank you all. Have a great week. Let me know how things go for you. All right, peace. Goddess blessings.